Hello and welcome back. So in our last video, we saw that we have added the service from department service to our employee service, but we have ended up with some errors in here. So just click on it and click on our bulb and click on import. And instead of department, we are going to use employee because this is the model we require. So just import the missing files, and then this is the API URL we need in our request. So that is fine. And then observables, click on that, click on bulb and click import. So it is going to import that, and here we want not the department but we want employee. So just rename it to employee, just copy it and just paste it back. So right, and here instead of department we'll say employee, right? So employ employee. So what we are expecting now is that when we use this service, so we're using this service, we want to display the employee details. Let us go back to our show emp component.cs file. So which is show emp component. This is the one, and here add emp component. Okay, that's fine. And Right. So if you see here that we have not yet included the employee service in our constructor. So let us add the employee service as well. So we'll say private, and then we'll say service, and then we'll call the service of type employee service, right? And if you just click on it, it will show you the bulb, and just import the employee service here. If I just do like this, and if we see that we have component view child, then mat dialog, my dialog convicts, mat sort, mat table data source, employee service, add emp component. Okay, so far so good. We have on add on in it. Let us go back to our show emp component. Are we missing anything? So we have on add. We have already added that. Then there must be something which is missing. So overflow thing, header data source is list data, that's fine. Then we have options. Under options, what do we have in options? Let us see what we have in options. Uh, so yeah, just click on that. So on edit and on delete is also missing. So let's add other on edit and on delete. Simple, just go back to your show department component.ts file, and here like on add, we have on edit and on delete. So I don't want to waste my time in understanding the code. All I have to do is I just have to copy it, and let's come back to our employee component.ts file, show emp component.ts file, and underneath of our on add method, let's just add the rest of the methods. So here we have on add, on delete, and we'll just do the necessary changes. We are expecting emp, and we are expecting employee. So I'll say employee employee, and just click on bulb and import it. Easy. And in the form, just assign it with our emp object, and here instead of edit dep component, we'll say edit emp component, right? And if you just click on it, it will give you a bulb. Just click on it and import it. So we are calling here edit component, and if I just go here, it is asking for a delete department. Definitely we don't have this service in our emp service, right? So we'll go back to emp service again. We'll go back not to emp service, we'll go back to a department service, and from there we'll add the code into the emp service. So if I just go up and try to see the employee service, so okay, department service, I'll just got this. I'll say add department. I'll copy all this: add department, delete department, update department. In fact, I'll copy everything because I want everything of it. So just copy it, and just go back to employee, and here I'll say paste, and let me do the appropriate changes here. And so what do we want here? Well, instead of get department list, we'll say get EMP list. That is the first thing I want to do. And then instead of add department, I'll say add employee, right? So we are going to add employee. And then here I'll say EMP. Let me just do like this. Okay, and here I'll say EMPLOY employee. And in here I am expecting EMPLOY employee, and here I'm expecting an object of EMP, right? So we are calling our post request, and here instead of delete department, I'll say delete employee, and ID is fine. Here we'll say employee instead of department, because we are going to call our employee thing here, and here everything will remain same. Update department, instead of that I'll say update employee. Employee, easy, very easy. We don't have to think much about it because we are going to apply the same logic what we have applied for department. So let's say EMP, and let's say EMPLOY employee. And then here of course we need EMP, and here we need employee, and here it is asking for subject. If you remember when we were discussing about this, this is basically about listening the event for updating our grid instantly upon closing the data grid. So that's why we are declaring it here. Then here we have a filter, and so far so good, everything is fine. We have two injections in our sorry, one injection in our constructor, which is HTTP client. Let's just go back into our department service and let's see how many constructor injections we have there. Yeah, only one. That is fine. Let's come back to our show component dot. Here it is talking about delete department. All that, definitely we don't have all this. So here again, instead of delete department, we'll say delete employee, right? Because we are calling delete employee, not the department. And here instead of dep list, I'll say emp list. I think we haven't created this method yet, so we'll do that in a bit. Here we are getting a error about snack bar, so that means we have not added our snack bar into the constructor. So if you just see here, the constructor doesn't contain the snack bar, so I'll just add the snack bar from there. What we have to do, we just have to go back to our show department.component.ts file, and if you just go up in the constructor, we have a private snack bar here. Just copy it and come back to our show emp component.ts file, and just go back to our constructor, and here just comma and press, just add our mat snack bar, and again click on it here, click on it, add mat snack bar. So it will add mat snack here, and if I just go down, we are still missing the refresh emp. That's fine, we'll come back to it in a bit. Uh, yeah, and if I just come back to our show emp component.html, I don't see any errors here. Okay, fine. So what we are missing here, we are missing refresh EMP list. Okay, I'll go back to our show dep component.ts file, and here let us check for our refresh dep list. I'll just copy this, and I'll again copy. I'll come back to our show emp for dep show emp component.ts file. Here I'll just say show refresh emp list, and here just make sure that we are calling the get emp list, and yeah, rest of the things will remain same. And on ng on init thing, if I just come back to our show dep component.ts file, we have called the refresh dep list over there. So in show emp component.ts file also we'll call the refresh emp list, so that upon each initialization it should call our list. uh, so we have copied everything from show dep component.ts file to show emp component.ts file. uh, yeah, for edit EMP component, we haven't added the entry into our yeah, app module.ts file. So here I'll also add one more entry called Control C, Control V. If you just follow our video completely for department, you will easily understand this video. Okay, so we have added this here. So once you add this edit EMP component here, let's come back to our show EMP component.html file. Just make sure that everything is we have written correctly. So for applying filters, we have this mat thing. For fields, we have options. Under option, we have on edit, on delete, and on delete we have employee ID. Then we have employee ID, employee name, department name. Right. So yeah, everything looks good. Let us go back to our application. Let's click on employee. So here it is giving employee ID, employee name, department ID. Okay, let's say if I want to delete this, anything is happening. So yeah, there's something which is missing here. So no problem. We'll end up our video here itself, and in our next video, we'll try to overcome with the errors, and we'll focus on adding employee in our next video, because here it is showing add department. So in our next video, we'll focus more on how to add our employees, and probably we will also going to see how to edit and delete, but let's see how time allows us. Just do practice it, and hopefully you will get the same result here. And do keep visiting our videos. I hope that you will learn something out of it, and please do like it, share it, and please do subscribe to our channel. We will see you in our next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye.